Uh, Today, I was thinking the emphasis would be on twists. Um, a lot of people tend to, if they're not thinking about it and they're not used to doing twists, they turn, they reach, they suddenly move, and they hurt their lower backs. So it's good to get that flexibility if your back is in good shape. We just had a friend that we heard has osteoporosis, which is a thinning of the bone. You're losing bone mass, and she's got to be really careful. You can easily break a bone, so you try not to do twists. You try not to do forward bends if you've got that condition. So if you have any back conditions, generally take it easy on the twists. But we'll work off slowly and then we'll go a little deeper. We'll start off working on the breath. So just sit comfortably, close the eyes. Bring all your attention to the breath. We'll start breathing in and out through the nose. Inhaling, filling those lungs, expanding the ribs. So I'd like you to try and breathe in through the nose from maybe a count of 4 and exhale through the nose for a slightly longer count. So we're trying to make the exhale longer than the inhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Just going at your pace. Really try and make the exhale longer than the inhale. Now, just like last week, we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. When you're exhaling through the mouth, it's like you're trying to steam up a mirror. So we inhale and then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just go at your pace. This is a really relaxing kind of breath. On the exhale, you can really soften and go into deeper stretches. Let's add some neck stretches. Inhale, getting tall. Exhale, bringing one ear to one shoulder. You can breathe out through the nose or the mouth. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale over to the side. A couple more. And then hold it on one side. Just letting that stretch deepen on the exhales. Inhale up, exhale, head to the other side. Inhale, back to neutral. Turn the head from side to side with the breath. Inhale. Exhale as you turn the head. Inhale. Exhale. Just go at your pace. And then hold it, looking over one shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Back to neutral. Placing the left hand onto the right leg, easy twist. Gently twisting, looking behind you. Inhale to neutral, exhale, easy twist in the other direction. If you feel any discomfort, back off, don't go as deep. Interlace the hands, extend the arms forward, shoulders back. Start bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. We're trying to frame the face. If it bothers the shoulders, just lower the arms. But eventually, we're trying to frame the face, arms either side of the ears. Place the left hand on the ground, lining up with the hips, and take the side stretch. Back up, interlace the hands again, extend the arms up. Place the other hand on the ground, side stretch other side. Come back up, interlace the hands behind you, pulling the shoulders down, shoulder blades in. We hinge at the hips, and then we start bringing the forehead towards the ground. You can bring it on a block if you want, if you have one handy. Try and soften those shoulders as the arms gradually come higher. We come back up. We loosen up the shoulders a little bit more. Circling one shoulder, circling the other one, both together, up, down, whatever feels good. Become totally still. Inhale as you bring the shoulders as high as you can towards the ears. Exhale, just let go. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Inhale, last one. Exhale, let go. Okay, come onto your hands and knees. And we'll do cat-cow, good way to warm up the spine. Make sure the wrists are pretty well under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale as you round the back and tuck the chin. Inhaling into cow. Exhale, cat. Again, we're trying to have longer exhales than inhales. And just letting that rounding of the back get a little deeper as you release all that breath. Back into neutral. Thread the needle. So as I say, twists are the theme today. So we're going to thread the needle. So we take the right arm behind the left arm. You're putting the arm on the ground right side of the face on the ground, and the other hand is pushed into the ground, elbow at 90 degrees, elbow over the wrist. The more you reach with that bottom arm towards the side, the more you're going to feel that stretch. So we're trying to get a stretch in the lower back here. Should feel good. Breathe. Just let yourself go. And then we take the twist in the other direction, thread the needle, left arm behind right, and just hang out here. Transition to dolphin, bringing the forearms down, elbows under the shoulders, no wider than shoulders. Palms together or forearms parallel, tuck the toes, hips up, hips back. You're getting a nice shoulder stretch here. Feel the shoulder stretch. Bring the feet a little closer to each other. So we're going to do extended dolphin. And then we stack those hips, so we're adding a twist again, bending the top knee. We switch, other leg comes up, and we stack those hips. We bring that foot down, knees are back onto the ground, and we're going to walk into a forearm plank, core strengthening. Knees can be down if you want. Keep the back nice and neutral, pushing the arms into the ground, pulling up between the shoulder blades towards the ceiling. Breathe, don't hold the breath. You might be shaking a little, that's good, it means you're working. Swivel on one elbow, take a side plank. Again, you can have one foot down or one knee down if you want, but you're trying to keep the back, the hips neutral. So you don't want to just let those hips lower. You want to keep the back nice and neutral and maybe look up towards the ceiling. Breathe, don't hold the breath, and then switch to the other side. Side plank other side. Back into regular forearm plank. Bring the knees down, bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And start walking the dog, bending one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. Take your time, it's a walk, it's not a run. And you're going deeper into that stretch on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So it's a little bit of a hold when you're stretching out that calf muscle. And you're still releasing the breath. Getting a little deeper each time. And then we hold one leg straight, one knee bent. Trying to get into a deeper down dog. Pushing the hands into the ground, armpits towards the ground. You're looking towards the feet. You're deepening that stretch gradually, keeping comfy. And then we switch, stretching out the other calf muscle. And then we look forward, we walk forward between the hands. We inhale halfway up, and then we fold forward again. We're going to hold the forward fold, but with the knees bent, so it's relieving pressure on on the back of the legs. And then we're just going to walk the hands over to one side, getting another lower back stretch. And then we walk the hands over to the other side, stretching out the other side of the back. And then we bring the hands back to center, and we just bend the knees a lot more, and we just roll up. Inhale, bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale into mountain. So let's do a little bit of flow. So as you can see, it's pretty bright here today. Bringing the feet together, feet parallel. Inhale as you bring the arms up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk back into plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into an easy cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. We hold down dog 2 or 3 breaths. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, we come all the way up. And we're back in mountain. Inhale, sweep those arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're back in plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Another hip opener, stacking those hips. Switch other side, other leg up. Hips stacked. Breathe. Top foot joins the bottom foot. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, we come all the way up. And then we're back in mountain. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're in plank. Now this time, let's just hold regular plank. So walk the feet back, making sure the heels are directly over the toes. And again, you can have the knees down if you need to. Try and keep the back neutral. Push into the ground with the hands a lot. And don't sink, try not to sink between the shoulder blades like this. You're not just sinking, you're lifting up. You're squeezing the belly. You're breathing. And then we transition back into down dog. And then look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, we come all the way up. This time keep the arms high. Interlace the hands. Reach up. And we take a side stretch. Well, let's move from side to side with the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to one side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A little deeper each time with the exhale. And again, you're holding the pose a little bit on the exhale. And then we're just going to hold the pose for a breath or two. One side. Inhale. Exhale. Other side. And then we come back up. and we bring the arms either side of us. Come to the front of the mat. So let's get into chair pose. Feet are parallel, we're in chair, and let's twist to your left side, bringing the right arm to the outside of the leg, palms together, elbow up towards the ceiling. A chair twist, other direction. We'll be doing a few more of those with various variations. With variations. Fold forward, halfway up, plant the hands, we're in plank. Chaturanga or knees, chin, chest to ground. Cobra or up dog, exhale into down dog. Inhale the right leg up, exhale we sweep that foot through, we're in warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Now face the side of the room in warrior. Take that back arm, bring it under the front. Eagle arms. Regular warrior two. Reverse warrior. And we flow to the other side. Through plank, chaturanga on knees, chin, chest to ground, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We're in warrior one on the other side. We exhale into warrior two. We look to the side, back arm under the front arm, eagle arms. Keep your attention, even if you're not looking at that front leg, keep your attention on it. Don't let it soften, keep that alignment. Regular warrior two, reverse warrior, and then we're back into plank. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and child's pose. First child's pose of the class, so relax. And then we come back on our hands and knees into downward facing dog. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up, exhale folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair, and then we come all the way up. So what we're going to do next is work our way into Trikonasana and revolved Trikonasana. So we're getting into that twist, and if you want to block, some people like blocks in Trikonasana, have one handy. We come to the front of the mat. We inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank. Engage that core as you go into chaturanga or knees, chin, chest to ground, cobra or up dog. Keep the core engaged as you transition to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We're in warrior one. And we exhale into warrior two. Reverse warrior, and we're back in warrior two. We straighten that front leg. So both legs are straight. You reach to the side of the room and you bring that hand down, other arm up. Think straight lines, especially that top arm. You're trying to keep it nicely lined up with the back. You're lifting up the kneecaps, engaging the quad muscles. You're breathing. Take that top arm behind the back, reaching towards the inside of the thigh of that front leg. And let's see if you can look up. We come back into Warrior Two. So the revolved version, we do this quite often. I tend to bring the feet closer to each other, so I'm going to hop that back foot in a little closer. I'll then do a reverse warrior, and as I come out, I sweep that back hand, and I'm reaching towards the ground to the outside of the foot. You can come to the inside of the foot if you want. You can have the hand on the block. And then we add the twist. Again, keeping that top arm lined up with the back. Breathe. We come out of that, back into Warrior Two, and we flow to the other side. Reverse warrior, plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We're in Warrior One on the other side. And then Warrior Two. Reverse warrior. We come back into Warrior Two and into Trikonasana, straighten that front leg, reaching, hand down, other arm up. Top arm reaching towards the front thigh behind you. We come out of that, Warrior Two again, we hop the back foot a little bit further forward, make it easier for the revolved version. Reverse warrior as we sweep that back hand to the inside or the outside of the foot. Take your time, opening up, revolved Trikonasana, Pravita Trikonasana. Breathe, try not to hold the breath. Challenging little pose. I'm getting a stretch on the outside of the hip on this one. Nice deep stretch. We come out. Reverse warrior. Into plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Gauge the core. You go back into down dog. 2 or 3 breaths. And then we look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale folding forward. Knees bent. We're back in chair. And then we come all the way up. So we're going to do some more chair twists. And we'll add it into a little bit more of a flow, I think. And we'll work our way into a crescent twist. We come to the front of the mat. Inhale into chair. Let's twist to your right side this time. So what we're going to do here is we're going to focus on the feet. So you're twisting to the right. So that means you're going to take the left foot back and come into a low lunge with a twist. Then if you want a little bit more challenge, you can bring up that back knee and you can bring the lower arm down and the other arm up. Breathe. You can keep the back knee down if you want. We lower the knee, we bring the palms together, hands either side of the front foot. We're in plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath or two. And then we look forward. Inhale halfway up, exhale folding forward. This time keep the knees bent. Come back into chair, stay in chair. And add the twist in the other direction. So I'm actually using one hand, pushing into the leg so I can get the other arm a little bit lower, get a little deeper into that twist. Then I bring the palms together. Then we're going to transition to the low lunge twist. So you're taking your right leg back, knee down. And you can hang out here, or crescent twist with the arms separated. And then we come out of that, knee down, palms together, hands either side the front foot. We're in plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and we hang out in down dog. It's almost like down dog is a resting pose now. And then we look forward, we walk forward between the hands, inhaling halfway up, exhale folding forward, knees bent, and we're back in chair. And then we come all the way up. So we're going to do a little bit of hip opening. So have a block handy. Standing pigeon. We're on the right foot. This time you're bending the knee, other foot on top. And you're just going to rest the hands on that top leg. This top foot is nice and active, heel pushed out, toes pushed in. You get a bit of a hip stretch. The lower you go, the more you bend that standing knee, the more you're going to feel the stretch. The block is there if you want to go a little bit lower, just to help you keep the balance. Maybe you can bring your fingertips all the way to the ground. Just take it easy. Get a nice hip stretch here. If you don't like this version, you can do reclined pigeon where you're on your back, pulling the legs in towards you. And then we come out of that. We shake the arms out, the legs, loosen the shoulders again. And then other side, you're on the other foot, bending that knee of the standing leg. Top foot is active. You're trying to keep the back pretty neutral. You're trying not to round the back too much. What we're aiming at is a stretch on the outside of that hip of the top leg. And we'll just hang out here for a few breaths. We're getting ready for eagle pose. We'll do that next. Garudasana. So we come out, put the block to one side, shake everything out, move those shoulders again. Eagle. A hip opener and a shoulder opener. We've done lots of chairs. So come into chair, extend the arms to the side. Bring the right arm under the left arm. Palms together. If you have shoulder issues, maybe you've got the arms separated, that's fine. And then we bring the right leg on top of the left leg. We try and squeeze those legs. And if your knee is good, maybe you can hook the foot And then we center the arms, we lean back a little bit, keep that standing knee bent, nicely bent. Balance is a challenge. If you come out, just take a little breather and just try again. This is my difficult side. And release. Shake everything out. Take a breather. Extend the arms as you come into chair. Bring the left arm under the right arm. Eagle arms. Bring the left leg on top. Squeezing the legs. Possibly hook the foot. Yeah, this side I can get deeper. Then we center the arms. Maybe lift the arms up, lean back slightly, and breathe. Challenging pose. Lots going on. Shoulder stretch, hip stretch. Balance is a challenge. But it's an all-encompassing pose. It's a good one. Extend the arms to the side. Interlace the hands behind you. Bend the knees, resting the belly on the legs. Head is totally relaxed. You start bringing the arms up. Not to your full extent. You want to have them not too high so you can relax the shoulders a little bit. And then go deeper with the breath. Relax. And then maybe a little deeper. Taking your time, relaxing those shoulders, and then a little deeper. And then we come up. We're working slowly, we're working with the body, we're not forcing it. We're not being too impatient. Come to the front of the mat. Inhale into chair. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're in plank. Chaturanga. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that, bring that knee forward. We're coming into pigeon. And for most of us, pigeon feels good. If this is not your pose, you could do reclined pigeon again. Center the knee if it's too much of a stretch in the groin. If it feels okay, you can take the knee a little bit wider. I'm tucking the toes of my back foot. I'm grabbing the mat and I'm trying to pull myself a little lower. If that doesn't work for you, no worries. If you've got a big gap underneath that hip, you can slide a little block underneath or a cushion. Try and keep the hips nice and even to the ground. The back foot, maybe just glance behind you, make sure the foot's lined up with the leg. I like to put the top of the foot on the mat. Raised pigeon, we're getting a little bit of a backward bend. Extended pigeon, we fold forward, relaxing the head. And we're just going to hang out here. So this is a nice pose. You can just relax here. You're not having to do much. Gravity's doing all the work for you. You're just getting that nice hip opening. So I'm feeling it the outside of the hip. If you come up into raised pigeon, you're getting a psoas stretch, that muscle that's connecting from the hip to the leg. Let's add a twist. So we're going to twist to your right side. So you bring the left arm onto that front leg, and we bring the palms together. We come out of the twist. We take hold of the back foot. I'm going to reach for the inside of the foot, and that will allow me to bring my hand onto the top of the foot, which may or may not work for you, but it gives me the chance of a little bit more leverage, so I can bring that back foot in a little closer, getting into a deeper psoas stretch. It's also stretching out the foot. And then release. And into down dog and walk the dog. Then we bring the left leg up. And we go into pigeon on the other side. Take your time, respect the knee. Raise pigeon. Maybe walking the back foot a little bit further back, getting a little deeper into the pose. When I first started teaching yoga, I think pigeon was the pose I did most. I did it at nearly every class I taught. It's a good pose. You can slowly get into it. You can relax in it. You can hold it. And then I got into the habit of just hanging around the house, reading a book. And I probably held it too long, because, you know, if you hold a pose really long and you come out, it's that relax. Bringing the forehead to the ground, maybe rest the forehead on the hands, is up to you. Or a block. If you can't fold forward very deep, you can just bring the forehead onto a block. And then we're going to add the twist. So we're back in raised pigeon. And we bring the right arm onto that front leg, palms together. We come out of the twist, we reach for that back foot. I'm reaching for the inside of the foot, pulling that foot in a little closer. And release. Now this time we're just going to transition to a seated twist. So you're going to lean over to your left side. I'm doing the mirror image. And we take that back foot round. If this is too much, you can bring the foot inside the leg, as you guys know. And you can either hug the leg or you bring the arm outside the leg, coming into that twist. So we can go a little bit deeper here. Really get length on an inhale. Try and keep the head back. Try not to jerk the head forward. Looking behind you. Shoulders soft. If you're hunching the shoulders up and you can't stop that happening, just make it a little bit easier. Just hug the leg instead. keep the feet where they are, come out of the twist, and we just swivel through 360. And then we're set up for the twist in the other direction, hugging the knee or bringing the arm outside the leg, and breathe. Then we come out and we come into Baddha Konasana. Holding onto the feet as you rock, you're getting a little bit closer. Get the back neutral. You can sit on a block or a cushion if you want. So I'm using a lot of arm strength, trying to pull those hips forward, trying to get the back neutral. Then I start encouraging the knees down towards the ground. If your knees are up like this, if that's as far as you go, no worries. If it's a real struggle to keep the back neutral, what you could do when you're practicing this pose, you could just sit with a wall behind you. If you have a wall behind you, you can then release the feet and you can just bring the hands down on the legs. The problem if you do this in the center of the room is the back starts to round. So when I'm in the center of a room, I always hold on to the feet so I can get the back nice and neutral. And then release. So we're going to go on to our backs next. And what we'll do another twist. So come onto your back. We've done this before, but not very often. So we're going to go into eagle legs. So we bring the right leg on top and we squeeze the legs and maybe hook the foot. And then we take the legs over to the left side as we extend the right arm. So it's recline, twist with eagle legs. Again, we're using the breath, we're inhaling, exhale as we deepen into the pose. We come out of that, we pull the knees in and we just rock a little bit. And then we bring the left leg over the right leg, hooking the foot. We take the legs over to the right, coming into a twist in the other direction. Try and keep both shoulders grounded. And we release. Knees pulled in, a little bit of rocking. And then happy baby. We hold on to the feet. Head is supported on the ground, chin tucked. Shoulders relaxed. We're pulling the legs towards the ground. And let those hips relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take hold of the big toes. Extend the legs into a V, or at least approaching a V shape. Trying to pull the tailbone towards the ground, shoulders away from the ears. Stretching out the inside of the legs. So I'm trying to get my tailbone towards the ground. It's almost like I'm trying to get a little bit of hollow in the lower back. So it's that, bring those hips up. Just play around with the hips a little bit. Push into the ground of the lower back and then try and pull it off the ground. And then try and keep the lower back pulled off the ground. If the legs are straight, you can start pushing the heels out a bit more. We then hold onto the back of the legs. We lift the head up and we rock into boat, bringing the arms either side of the legs. If you have any back concerns or your core is not as strong as you would like, you can keep hold of the legs. Arms either side of the legs is the next step. Straightening the legs, a little bit more challenging. Lifting the legs higher, a bit more challenging. All the time you're trying to keep the back neutral. Try not to round the back. We lower very slowly, not all the way. And we bring the hands behind the head. And you're pushing the lower back into the ground this time, like crazy. Abs of steel for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we release. And we take a full body stretch, bringing the arms over the head. We add a little bit of a side stretch, getting into that banana shape. And then we stretch out the other side of the body. And then we recenter. We bring the feet in closer, feet a little bit wider than hips, head supported again. And we just take the knees from side to side. This would have been good to do at the beginning of the class as well, because this helps to warm the spine up and you're getting a bit of a twist in this one. We're moving with the breath. Inhale as the knees come up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. If I don't think about the breath, I tend to move a little bit too fast in this one. As the knees come down, you're releasing the rest of the breath and you're going a little deeper. Back to center, and then Shavasana. Sometimes if you have any back, your back doesn't feel quite as good as usual, you can walk the feet in. It takes pressure off the back. Close the eyes, totally relax, breathe. Maybe moisten the lips. Just letting the whole body get heavy, just letting yourself sink into the ground.